Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Breaking news out of Valley City. The high school there went into lockdown this afternoon while police investigated an anonymous tip about a bomb threat. The school superintendent says the school resource officer received the tip around 2:30 this afternoon. He goes on to say they are following threat assessment and crisis management procedures to figure out the credibility of this threat, although they say they have no reason to believe it's real. The Valley City Police Department tells us they do not believe there is an actual threat to the school.
Increased penalties make safer highways.
We told you yesterday about this accident you see behind me involving a school bus and a pickup truck in South Fargo. The driver and 2 of 3 students were injured, not seriously. The truck driver was cited, and today we're learning it was a $20 citation. A retired highway patrol officer and lawmaker believes if North Dakota raises its traffic fines, people will stop driving recklessly. Valley News Team's Maddie Gelseth dug into why North Dakota has the cheapest traffic fines compared to surrounding states.
North Dakota's traffic laws haven't been updated for the most part since 1956.
This means back in 1956, when someone ran a red light, it cost them $20. And today, Grusela says it's the same fine.
I think if you're going to stop someone and for a violation and give them a citation, the citation should have enough bite to it that it makes a person think for the next time.
Depending on what offense was violated, he says the cost of issuing a citation can be more than what the fine actually is.
You're subsidizing people's speeding and getting tickets, running stop signs and getting tickets. You're subsidizing it with your tax dollars.
Grusela says updating the Century Code into the 21st century could help make North Dakota not be such a joke when it comes to the cheap traffic tickets.
There are many studies out there that show that stronger traffic fines do in fact make people better drivers or cause less crashes.
But every situation is different, where officers have to weigh different circumstances in every violation. Each officer assesses every accident that happens and distributes the fines as they see fit. In West Fargo, Maddie Gelseth, Valley News Live.
Grusela also says the cheap fines minimize the impact of getting a ticket, encouraging people to continue breaking the law. An 18-month-old boy is recovering at a hospital, and family members say the man responsible for beating him was arrested this morning. According to a GoFundMe page, Isaac was sent to a Devils Lake hospital after he stopped breathing and was unconscious. He was flown to the hospital here in Fargo, where he had surgery to relieve pressure on his brain. The family says the toddler was beaten by his mother's ex-boyfriend. We will have much more on this story on Valley News Live at 6. A 30-year-old woman charged with pulling a gun on a Minnesota state trooper has pleaded guilty to first-degree attempted murder and felon in possession of a firearm. Officials originally charged 30-year-old Melody Gray of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, with attempted murder, felon in possession of a firearm, and possession of stolen property. The stolen property charge was dropped in the plea agreement. We had a much warmer day today, especially for this time of year. Hutch, how's the rest of our evening looking?
Well, look at this sunset, and you tell me. It is absolutely gorgeous out there. Temperatures are coming down off their highs today. We hit 39 at Hector and 40 in downtown Grand Forks. A beautiful evening in the making. Here's a look at those peak temperatures out at Grand Forks Airport. It hit 37, but warmer in town. 37 as well in Devils Lake. How about Jamestown at 42 degrees? So we melted some snow. Roads are wet and temperatures falling to near freezing this evening means we could have some slippery spots out there. There are a few high clouds drifting through the skies, but as you can see here, there are some breaks in those clouds. We'll spend most of the late evening in the 20s, but the early evening in the 30s. Grand Forks mid-20s by bedtime tonight. Your Proceed Road to Frisco forecast looks like this. A winter weather event taking place through much of Oklahoma, particularly just north of the Dallas and Frisco areas, where temperature in Dallas is a cool 40 degrees. That's what Grand Forks got to today. By tonight at about 10 o'clock, some significant snow to the tune of 1 to 5 inches possible across parts of western and possibly central Oklahoma. I almost said North Dakota. And that is thanks to that system, which should be exiting overnight. By tomorrow, though, temperatures rebound in Frisco into the 50s. So that's not a bad place to be. But getting there, if you're traveling tonight, please be careful. Reports of ice on roads in and around Oklahoma City, Norman, and Point South.
All right, thanks, Hutch. And speaking of Frisco, here's a picture from the Bison Tracker app showing all the fans heading down to Frisco, Texas for the big game. The current record for Bison fans headed to Frisco is over 8,000. We will have coverage every day leading up to the game, and we hope that you'll join us at 9:30 Saturday morning for the Farmers Union Insurance Bison Football pregame show. The entire team from the KVLY, KFYR Bison Football Network will be on hand, taking you right up to kickoff between the Bison and the Eagles at 11. You can watch the game on ESPN2. 2 juveniles have been arrested in connection with a bar brawl in Bemidji. The video shows a young man hitting and pulling an older gentleman down some stairs. Police say it happened at Elks Lodge in Bemidji. The juvenile responsible has been identified and arrested. A second juvenile was also arrested in that case. Charges have been filed with the county attorney's office. Stick with Valley News Live for updates on this story. Police in Bemidji are asking for the public's help identifying the 2 people pictured in this picture. The department posted on its Facebook page saying these 2 are people of interest in one of their investigations. If you know these people, you can call the Bemidji Police Department at 218-368-0891. Be sure to reference photo 362. The North Dakota Autism Center in West Fargo says the recent cold temps caused their front glass door to shatter. Take a look at this. The organization says their New Year's Eve was a bit unfortunate, with temps so cold their main doors broke. A second post was made thanking the community that raised over $1,000 to get the door fixed. The Autism Center says they are grateful to have such supportive community members.
I never imagined by putting a post out on Facebook that said, hey, our door broke, can you help us, raise the funds to get it fixed, that we would have the money raised in 10 hours. It blew my mind, honestly. We're so lucky to live in this community.
The North Dakota Autism Center got the door fixed this morning. An unlicensed contractor who we learned about through our whistleblower hotline can no longer do business in North Dakota. This after the Attorney General's office says he scammed homeowners out of thousands of dollars. Attorney General Wayne Stenjum issued a cease and desist order that bans Tyler Giles of Fargo from conducting any further business in the state. Stenjum says Giles took advance payments from homeowners but failed to do any work, violating the state's consumer fraud and contractor licensing laws.
I gave him a check because he said he needed to pay for the materials up front, which I thought sounded a little high for the amount, but what do I know?
Leach is one homeowner in the FM area who was scammed by Giles out of thousands of dollars. She says she hasn't gotten a dime back. Attorney General Stenjum says Giles currently has an unpaid civil judgment against him. As mentioned, this story came to us through our whistleblower hotline. If you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, call us. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. The whistleblower hotline number is 237-6576. You can leave your tip, and then a member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth. It was a day for beginnings here in North Dakota and in the nation's capital. We begin with the highlights from today's State of the State address. With action, we will shine. Maybe the most powerful line from Governor Burgum's speech, which hit on everything from a balanced budget to education funding and legacy projects. Burgum spoke to a joint session of the legislature today, saying North Dakota has survived the economic perils from the previous 2 sessions. Governor Burgum also announced today that tribal flags will be displayed alongside state and national flags at the Capitol.